Well, hi everybody, and welcome to our third week of the Bucks Football Report. I'm Al Southard, and I'm joined by our co-host, Coach Jevon Glenn, whose team is now 3-0 this young season after rolling over Coral Springs 52-6 last Friday at Butler Stadium. And joining Coach Glenn is quarterback Tedrick Moffitt, who had another spectacular evening at Butler Stadium, and he'll be sharing some of his insights from a player's perspective. So, important game. We're going to watch the highlights in a couple of minutes, but Coach, this was your first district match, and you're in a 6-team district, including the Bucks. Maybe give us a little bit of insight into the significance of getting that first district win, considering that it's a relatively small district.
Oh, well, definitely, it's very important. I mean, district contests, to reach our goals, we want to first reclaim the district championship. That's very, very important to us. So we won't overlook any district team, especially coming off a big emotional win with the rivalry game with Ely, with Jacksonville Bolles looming ahead. This was a game where our kids could have kind of looked over and been sleepwalking, but they showed great maturity by being focused and coming out and putting them away and playing to our level, not down to their level.
Sure. Tedrick, how about from a player's standpoint? District games, I know you guys have some really big teams on your schedule this year outside of the district, but do you guys talk amongst yourselves as far as the district games and making sure that everybody's focused and not looking beyond that to maybe a stronger opponent?
Right. With our district games, those are the important games. We have to win those games to get to the playoffs. Those are important. So we take each game, one game at a time. We don't treat no team differently. We play every team as hard. We play at St. Thomas or Coral Springs. So we just take it one game at a time. Amongst each other, we know we want to win every game, but the district games, they're the most important.
Yeah, that is right. Certainly when you're talking playoffs there. Coach, of the 3 teams in your district, 3 of them are from the Coral Springs area. Of course, the Colts. Then you have Douglas, Stoneman Douglas, and Taravella. And over the years, it seems like you never quite know what to expect out of there. I know last year Douglas beat the Bucks for the first time ever, which was kind of amazing. Taravella in the past has been a team that has kind of had Deerfield's number a couple of years. Mm-hmm. Give us an overview of what you expect out of the Coral Springs teams, maybe this year in particular. Does anybody look like they may have some strength?
Of the 3, Douglas is the strongest. Douglas, they have a good coach, and they have a new coach in. I think last year was his first year he came in, and he provided a lot of new energy. So they're doing a great job over there. I know that the defense coordinator and I, we played together in high school, Charles Hafley. Mm-hmm. And they got some talent over there, and they're going to be well coached, going to be well disciplined. Taravella, with Coach Marguerite, he's one of the stalwarts here in Broward County, so he's always going to have his kids well prepared. With them chopping up kids from the neighborhood, those 3 schools are splitting kids out in Coral Springs, so that's why it could explain some years when one is up and one is down, so it kind of moves around a little bit. But like I say, Coral Springs was a team we need to check off our list after they upset us last year. Mm-hmm. So we rectified that, and we plan on doing that as well with Douglas. So they can rest assured that we won't overlook anyone. They'll get the Bucks' best shot.
Yeah, well, I think you sent a message this week that you guys are ready for anyone and everyone. So let's take a look at the highlights. This was against Coral Springs at Butler Stadium. No rain this week, thank goodness. The beginning of the day looked a little shaky, but once we got to game time, it was clear skies and stayed that way for the rest of the year. So we'll go ahead and roll the highlights, and Coach, you can take us through some of the key plays.
This is here early in the first quarter. Tedrick drops back and hits Derek Gervin, one of our lengthy receivers. We've got a pretty loaded at the receiving position, so Tedrick has a bunch of weapons that he can use at his disposal. Also, here's got a nice sprint out pass to our former quarterback, Jeffrey Joseph, he's starting to come on really strong as a receiver, making himself a hot prospect. Once again, here I think this is still in the first. Ted shows a little athleticism. I like to say that this is from the drills we teach, but this is God-given. So, I'm nervous when he runs, even though he's excellent at it. I want him to get down, I don't want him to get hit. It was a nice run. Coming back here, we catch Ryan Powell coming across on a slant route. We saw this opening from upstairs. Our coaches made that call. It was a great pass, great run after the catch. So it was just an execution, really good execution. Here we got Mr. Evans back on the punt return, as always exciting. We were trying to not give him pressure. I guess we got a little too lax. But when he gets it, it's exciting. It can go to the house every time he touches the ball. So we want to make sure we give him some good blocks. You can see he runs about 60, 70 yards to pick up 15.
That's a real weapon to have. To have
Definitely,
good kick returners.
Got another one here with Tedrick using his feet to get out of trouble and pick up a big gain here. So it's good when you have a mobile quarterback. I mean, you got to respect the run and the pass. It keeps defenses off balance. I think Ted hits Randerick, RJ. We called him here for another quick touchdown. So we got off to a really quick start, so that was great for us. We got another one here. I think this is Jeff that gets his first touchdown of the season. Like I said, if you can notice with the highlights, he's really doing a great job spreading the ball around to all of his weapons, keeping everybody involved in the game. Another one here defensively, I think Simeon Brown plays good coverage, stays over top of the route, and is able to intercept that ball and sends us a little deep. We wish he could have got out of there, but hey, keep him out of the end zone. We have another one here. RJ picked off another tip pass. He's been doing a good job of playing both ways. You see 2 touchdowns offensively. I think he has 3 interceptions on the year, so he's making a very impressive senior year he's putting in. Alec Brown hits Speedy Alton Allen out of the backfield. It's a right. They were playing off coverage, and we look for simple things. You know, we can outflank them and we can get the ball to our playmakers' hands. We want to let them make plays. That was definitely good for Alec to be able to get in and get some playing time weekly and keep himself sharp. I mean, we try to make sure he prepares, you know, to as if he's going to start. So and he and Ted push each other, and I think it's a really good situation. Our present is really bright with Tedrick, and our future is just as bright with Alex. So very excited about that.
Yeah. Ted, talk about your receivers. You know, it's great to have people that, you know, you can keep checking down if somebody's covered or something's not working. You know, you seem to have confidence in just about everybody you're throwing to. Right. How do you see it from your perspective?
From my perspective, I trust all of my guys. You know, each day in practice, we just get better, getting chemistry. With me coming in, being my first year here as the starting quarterback, you know, I had to get the guys, gather them up, tell them this is our year. So we just been working hard day in, day out ever since the spring when I first came. And now it's just repetitive. We just got to be repetitive, keep working hard, keep going at it. Because I trust all of my receivers. And it's just like a chemistry. They know if I give them that look, you know, he's getting the ball. So, like for instance, RJ, Randerick, Gervin, he's my red zone receiver. So, you know, every time we're in the red zone, I give him that check look. It's going up top. So everyone coming along pretty well, you know.
Now we know how well you do on your feet and scrambling. Where's the cutoff point? When do you decide, like, even though I've got these great receivers, that, you know, I'm not going to be able to get the ball out there? What are you looking for to make the decision to take it on your own?
Okay, well, I have a clock in my head. You know, it's about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Then if my read is not there as I go through my progression, then either take it down, get rid of it, or run. But sometimes, you know, I feel like I have the need to run, get a couple yards, 10 yards, get us first down, get out of bounds. Or sometimes I just eat it, just survive another day, throw the ball out of bounds. You know, we try not to take no sacks. Any negative things, we don't like to do that. And every time I take a sack, Coach Glenn, he yell at me, he get on me about that. So I try not to take a lot of those. But, you know, sometimes I just use my feet when I can.
Do you fashion yourself after any other well-known quarterback? Do you see any similarities or somebody that you try to emulate in any way?
Well, my childhood favorite was always Michael Vick. That's why I love him, number 7. But I kind of idolized Russell Wilson, Seattle Seahawks quarterback, number 3, because I believe, you know, with the size thing, we both like the same height, 5'10". But, you know, we make it look good because it's not about the size, it's about your heart, about how hard you work.
How are we doing as far as stats this year, Coach, as far as passing and running yardage?
We're doing good. Actually, I looked on Max Preps the other day. I think we lead the district. Ted leads it in passing and rushing right now. We've got 4 receivers in the top receiving yards. So we're doing good. I guess you can show our diversity in our offense. So, I mean, we got our rushing attackers coming along. We're going to be an offense where we're going to take what defense gives us. If you want to come out and play too high and take away the big plays, we'll gas you underneath. We'll hit you with the run. If you want to come stack the box, then you're going to have to deal with the Kevin Ridleys, the Jerry Judys of the world going over the top of you. So it's a game-by-game scenario, and I think they're doing a good job offensively, especially with the players and the coaches calling the game, and just keep it. We like to kiss every situation. That's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Are the running backs coming up to you, Ted, and asking for a little bit more opportunities? Is that happening yet?
Yes, sometimes like in the heat of the moment when everything's going well and everyone want their share of the ball, sometimes they, come on, man, Ted, give me the ball, But we're working on it. We're getting better.
Sure, I'm sure everybody's going to get a chance as the season goes on. One of the little side events that happened last week was the presentation of the McDougal Trophy. Because the game ended in a blackout at the stadium, they didn't get to do the official ceremony. So you had the McDougal brothers, Jerome and Stocker, came here to the gym and brought in the team and the band. And tell us about the ceremony and what significance that had to you, Coach.
It was really nice, being able to see some guys that I grew up with, being able to come back to the community and give back to the kids. Also to see a young man like Tedrick to be able to receive money towards his future endeavors as far as academic and college goes. So it's really good. I think it's something that both communities, Pompano Beach and Deerfield Beach, can be proud of. The kids, they enjoyed it. We got to have a good time. Got to meet the guys, take pictures with the guys. It's a real fun-loving event. It was no bad vibes, as the kid like to say. It was good. We let that Tiger Jerome hang out with us for the day.
Yeah, I know he was trying to get a cheer for Ely in there, and
no, that wasn't gonna happen.
You could hear a pin drop. That was nice. I think everybody was right on cue with that one.
Ely, one time, Ely.
Ted, congratulations, $1,000 going towards your college expenses. That's nice to put in the bank and know that it's going to be there. The guys also made some comments geared towards the players about where they came from and how they succeeded. Did that have? Was there a special message in there that you kind of took to heart from either Jerome or Stocker?
Remember, man, without them books, without education, man, there's no sports. There's none of that. Because when I look at y'all, I see me. And I understand the challenges and adversities that you face being a student athlete. I just want y'all to know I got y'all back.
Yes, actually, both of them inspired me the most. And with me being a product of Deerfield Beach and Pompano Beach, it was more inspiring because with Jerome going to Blanche Ely and then Stock going to Deerfield Beach, it was just like something I was living in. I felt where they were coming from about how they grew up and what they had to go through, and then they became successors, became men, and they can give back to the community. And I look up to things like that. It's very inspiring to touch.
It is great to see those guys around and with interacting with the players, and of course being a part of the community in many different ways. Well, let's look ahead to this week. Coach, you have scheduled a very interesting game, and I'm assuming this was your doing, that we have Jacksonville Bolles coming in. And for people who may not be, diehard high school football fans, you're talking about, I guess, a program that's the Northern Florida equivalent, or maybe even better than St. Thomas. Bolles is a private school in Jacksonville. They've won 11 state championships. I think they've been to the game maybe 5 or 6 other times when they've lost. And it's like year in, year out, they are one of the powerhouses, not just here in Florida, but around the country. So tell me a little bit about your thinking in scheduling a game like this for the Bucks.
Well, yes, I'm a firm believer in I want my kids to be battle tested. We want to reach out, and we don't want the first time we get in a battle or in a situation to be once we're in the playoffs. We want to make sure we can, even with games like Ely, with that intensity, that's a playoff atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Our preseason kickoff classes with Coconut Creek, it's a playoff atmosphere. We want to go out and we want to chase the best. We want to measure ourselves, okay? If there's some people in that neck of the wood that think they're the best thing smoking. There's some people around here that think we're the best thing smoking. So we want to make sure, and we'll play anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. It's just football. So we'll come down and we'll chop it up with anybody, mix it up. But they definitely have a storied program. I think they either have or tied for most state championships in history, and I think they're number one for the runner-ups in state history as well. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be a very disciplined program, very well coached, year in, year out. You know what they're going to do. There won't be many surprises. They're going to come and they're going to, do their thing, play their style of play, and you're going to have to, just man up. So we're looking forward to the opportunity, looking forward to the stage, and and we're ready. Our kids know, when the lights are on, you're either going to shine or you're going to duck for cover.
Mm-hmm. Ted, same feelings? Are you looking forward to testing yourself against a team of this quality?
Yes, I really am, because tomorrow it marks one of the biggest football games of my high school career, playing against a nationally ranked team that's well respected. And I know with the guys here, they used to play at St. Thomas every year, so it's like just another added on game. But for me, it's a very big stage for me. But I know it's just not about me, my team with me. So I just want to go out, prove everyone wrong, because we're not favorite. We feel like we disrespect because they have them favorite to beat us by 3 points, and we understand that. But we're going to come out and just show them what the Bucks do.
For a team like this that you probably have never seen in person, are the films enough to give you a sense of what you guys are going to be going up against?
Definitely, especially with a team like Jacksonville Bolles, because like I say, they're going to line up and run their stuff year in, year out. So you can watch a film from 5 years ago, and you're going to see the same plays that you're going to see tomorrow night when you're dealing with Bolles and Coach Corky Rogers. And I mean, from a scouting standpoint, it's great, but it doesn't make it any easier because you still got to line up and stop it. But the film study helped. I think we've had a great week of preparation. I'm feeling really confident. I mean, we worked. The guys really been paying attention. They've been getting on their huddle accounts and picking up little keys and things that we can use to our advantage, and hopefully we can come out on top tomorrow night.
They bringing any superstars in this year? They have any of those, top D1?
They have several kids that are committed or either being highly recruited. I know their tight end, number 15, is a really good one. He's committed. I think it's Middle Tennessee. The quarterback is a Kentucky recruit. I actually saw the quarterback. We were out at Alabama this summer when we were on college tour, and I was working a drill, and his drill was right next to me. He can whip it pretty good. So then they got some nice running backs. So they got talent. They got talent. I mean, young and old. It's going to be a really good test.
Is this a home-and-home series, or are you guys going to be playing them up there at any point?
No, I mean, we'd love to go up and play. Right now, we just scheduled it for this year, but I mean, we're definitely going to be looking for, hopefully we can build a relationship, show them some good hospitality here, and we can get a chance to go up there and have them come back. But we're definitely, under my watch here, or my helm at Deerfield Beach, we're going to get out and venture out. We got some plans to go to Georgia next year and then play a game or maybe 2 games, so that's still in the works, but something we're looking forward to.
Good. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. It's good to see you both, and big game tomorrow. Hopefully, Bucks fans, you got to come out for this one because the fan support is important. I'm sure you guys hear the fans on the field, and that, especially in those critical moments, can make a big difference. So hopefully, we'll have a great following. The stands will be full. And Coach Glenn and Ted, we wish you the best of luck tomorrow night. Stay healthy, and best of luck. Hopefully, we'll all be smiles when we sit here next week.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on this edition of the Bucks Football Report. And remember, we'll see you at the game.